which of course stands for robots.
Cats!
Kaleidoscope!
Naturally, that's exactly what it is. Well, thank you so much for joining us at RCK here this week, and we are so excited to get started with our weekly...
Wackly!
Yes! Weekly Wackliness! And this week for our Weekly Wackliness, it is going to have a few different parts to it, so I'm going to hand it off to Mara to explain, but you're going to want to buckle up and get ready.
Thank you, Kaylee. All right, so today we will be doing an art challenge for you. We will all draw a landscape. However, the catch is the camera is inverted to us. So it's backwards, right? So when I look, my hand is on this side to me, but it's on this side to you. So we can only draw, I know it's very confusing, very trippy. So we can only draw looking at our screen because that is going to be different. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh boy!
Who is ready to show off their masterpiece first?
You kids at home, you probably, since you watched the video, you can see that we all pretty much chose the same thing. But can you tell what mine is?
Yes.
What is it, Kaylee?
That's clearly mountains, and it is snowing, and there's some sun at the same time. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
There's snow on the caps of those mountains.
Yeah, there is.
Can you tell what this is supposed to be?
Yes, that is a skier.
What? Kaylee!
I made that up. That was a far left guess, and it was good.
Couple skis, and then I was able to get the skis somewhat parallel. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as it was time to add legs or whatever, the reverse mirror it was all over.
All right. Here's mine.
Wow.
Got mountains. We got one. Oh, no, see, now it's tripping me up again. We got one cloud. And then we have a tent.
Nice.
Oh, camping.
All the trees. It was very elaborate. I'm very impressed. That looks like the perspective of the mountain range is incredible.
Thank you. I've been watching a lot of Bob Ross.
Okay. Make your trees happy trees.
Happy trees.
Fantastic. Here is mine. All right, so
it's a mother mountain range with a river or a lake and someone fishing.
Mm-hmm. Very specifically, what's that, though?
Mara, what do you think?
Is that an elephant?
It was supposed to be a bear.
I was going to say bear.
Lost where the mouth was. That's why I sounded disappointed. Because I couldn't figure out where the mouth was, and it ended up outside of it.
It's beautiful.
And then these are some fish like jumping out of the water. But if you get close to them, they got a little confused. But they pretty much had it.
Your mountains look like they have mustaches.
Yeah.
Or eyelashes.
That was the goal. Well, that is our wonderful weekly wackliness, and we are so grateful that you were here with us. And we are going next into the wheel.
I think we just have 3 things left on the wheel. Is that right, Kaylee?
It is correct. We only have water in face, dizzy bat race, and backward word challenge left. All right, here we go.
Backward word challenge!
And that means that some of you at the end of our episode are going to be given words, and you have to figure out how to say them backwards. And we're not going to give you time to prepare. You're just going to have to do it. So it's going to be great. And we'll see who it is at the end of the episode. Stay tuned.
Hey ResCov kids, and for this week's story, this is actually what's called a miracle story of Jesus, all right? This is the first recorded miracle in the Gospels that Jesus performed, all right? And I won't spoil what it is, but I do want to say that miracles in the Bible and the miracles that Jesus performs, they're not just cool things like Jesus is some kind of magician doing things. Miracles are Jesus showing how God wants the world to be. It's saying you've usually seen this in the world, but this is a little bit more like what God has in mind. Maybe you can think a little bit differently about the world because of this miraculous thing, this unusual thing that has happened. And that's exactly what Jesus is doing with this first miracle here. This miracle takes place at a wedding, actually. And at a wedding, if you've ever been to one, it's a big celebration. All right. And weddings back when Jesus was on the earth actually went for days sometimes. And the host was there providing all kinds of food and beverages to keep the celebration going and to take care of all of his guests and everything. And I'll tell you a little bit more at the end of this video. This one's actually really good. It made me laugh out loud. So enjoy.
Yep. Hop hop.
Mate. 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 Alles goed. En mate. Hoe gaat het? Wat gaat het?
Gewoon Popper.
Des waar.
Kima?
Teleskopiska.
Ja?
Laki tu ha.
Karat no ba babalong?
Meto.
Kung karat ba mbala?
All right, welcome back. Did you know that Jesus could dance? And he wanted to dance at that celebration once they finally got some wine back? Oh, so good, so good, so good. So, a couple of things we got to go over. Okay, so at this wedding feast, it was going on for days, and they were serving wine, and eventually they drank all the wine. And the servants are worried about this, and they're telling the host there's no more wine, and this is a big problem because they want to care for these people and keep the celebration going. And Mary, Jesus' mother, hears about this and gives this idea to Jesus, hey, go and can you help them out with this problem that they're having here? And Jesus goes and helps them. And in the cartoon, the servants are trying to quick make wine out of anything they can find, and it tastes terrible because it's not going to work. And they wanted the wine to keep the celebration going, and they had pitchers of water and everything like that, but that's not the same. That doesn't have the same celebration spirit. Jesus sees this water, and he takes a drink, and then he holds it up, and he turns it into wine, and they serve it out, and then the celebration can keep going. And at first, you hear that miracle, and it seems like, well, Jesus is just a party animal, and he just wants to keep the celebration going and going. What could this miracle possibly have to teach us? What is God possibly trying to teach us through this miracle that Jesus performed? And actually, it makes me think about the very beginning of COVID-19, when we had to go into quarantine and people were like staying home and they're like, get some food for yourself and everything. You may remember this, but at the beginning of COVID-19, if you happen to go to the grocery store, or maybe you heard this from any of your grown-ups, one of the things that was very hard to find was toilet paper. Like the toilet paper aisle, the shelves sometimes were just totally empty. Or if there was any toilet paper, it said only take one per customer or something like that. For some reason, people just started hoarding and buying as much toilet paper as they could. And this thing that we normally have in abundance, normally there's just rows and rows, just stacks and stacks of toilet paper. All of a sudden, since everybody was like, I gotta get some toilet paper, there's not enough toilet paper. All of a sudden, you couldn't get enough. And of course, there was always going to be plenty of toilet paper. The grocery stores were continuing to buy it and put it on the shelves, but people were just buying way too much of it. And this actually kind of gets at the story of what happened with Jesus. Because once there wasn't enough wine, everybody started to get scared and nervous, okay? They thought that the amount of wine they had was so scarce. And when things are scarce, when people think there's not a lot of it, then everybody gets a little bit fearful, and then people start fighting over those things, and people can get violent, and a lot of trouble can happen when people live in fear that things are scarce. But Jesus takes something that there's plenty of. He takes water, and he makes this abundant, wonderful, celebratory drink out of it. And I think what Jesus is trying to show us is that we don't have to live in fear. There is plenty for everybody, and the celebration can keep going. All right, that's it for our lesson on how Jesus changes water into toilet paper. I mean, how Jesus changes water into wine, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, Pastor Kyle, for that wonderful story. We are thankful that you got to share it and also that we got to listen to it because it was amazing. And now we are going into our wheel challenge.
All right, welcome, friends. It's time for our backward word challenge. And joining us today, we have Ezra all the way from Texas. Wave to the people, Ezra. Good to see you. And Mara is going to be actually facing off with him. We had some technical problems getting everybody in the studio, but don't worry. All right, here is the challenge, people. I have compiled a list of words, and I have those words written backwards. So each will get a chance to pronounce it, and we'll get some funny, silly pronunciations, and then we'll alternate. One person guessing the word, and then I will reveal what the word actually is. And you obviously can play at home as well and go for some good pronunciations. Ezra, are you ready? Mara, are you ready?
I think so.
All right. We're starting in the 4-letter category. Mara, here is your first word.
Okay.
Can you say this backward? Okay.
Yawa.
Ezra, what's your attempt?
Yawa.
Okay. Mara, can you guess what this word actually is? 4 words?
Is it away?
It is away. Good job, Mara. We have a ringer coming in. This is Tim Crawford Martinez joining us all the way from Texas.
We'll be a team.
Here is your word, Team Texas. Ready?
Eelb. We say eelb.
All right, Mara, let's hear yours.
I'm going to go Yulb.
Ooh, I like that. A short E.
Yulb.
All right, Ezra and Kim, what word do you think this is?
I think it might be, is it blue?
It is blue. Nice job. Mara, here is your word.
Nwad.
All right, Ezra and Kim, how do you pronounce this word?
Node.
Nwode.
Nwode. The long O and umlaut over there, maybe. All right, Mara, what is this word?
I tried to look it upside down. That's not how words work. Is it down?
It is down. Very good. All right, and Ezra and Kim, here's your backward word. Let's hear your best pronunciation.
Belgium.
Mara, what about you?
Pudge.
Okay. All right, Ezra Kim, what word is this?
That way. Say it.
Jump.
Very good. All right, it's time for our 5-letter category. Mara, you're up first.
Oh boy. Wyreeve.
Wiry. Let's hear, Ezra, how would you pronounce this?
Wyreeve.
Very nice, very nice. Mara, what is this word?
Is it by chance every?
It is.
Our turn, ready? Oh, how would you say that?
Very nice. Mara?
Dlock.
Okay.
I think it's French. Looks French.
All right. This is a tough one, Team Texas. What is this word?
You know that word backwards? You know that one? It's a tricky word. Could.
Yeah. It's one of those English words that make no sense.
I know.
All right. I believe it is Mara's turn. 5-letter.
Oh boy. Truth.
Okay. Team Texas.
What do you say?
Ooh, that is the word forward. Very good. Everybody ready? 1 6-letter word to each player. Are we ready? Mara. This is your word. Oh, whoops. Mara, this is your real word.
Okay. Oh no. Denora.
Okay. Team Texas, do you agree with that pronunciation?
Is it Denora or is it Denora?
Ooh. I like that. And Mara, what is this word?
Is it around?
Very good. All right, now Ezra, here's your word.
There it is. Here we go. Oh, how would we say that?
Dragon.
Eggnog. It's what you drink at Christmas.
I was about to say that. Mara, would you agree?
I would. Yes, eggnog. Yeah.
And anybody got to guess what this word is?
To
Forward.
read it backwards.
Change.
Boom! Nailed it! Round of applause for both of you. And who can yell out, what is this word forward the quickest? Nope. Someone screwed up.
Oh,
What's that word backwards?
She's right next to you, Ezra.
Mother.
Boom! All right. That is our show this week. Good work, Ezra and Mara and Kim coming in as an alternate. Thanks for joining us from Texas. That is it for our show, our week of RCK. RCK, of course, stands for
Rabbit.
Carrots.
kindergarten.
Rabbit's Carrot Kindergarten. Thanks for joining. Wait a minute.
That was right.
Is it?
No.
I think so.
Ezra, what does it stand for? I always forget.
ResCov
ResCov Kids!